I am so happy for that 1 hour and that extra hour I got this morning. Yeah. And y'all look so wonderful. Yeah, you got this little light, you know what we're going to do with it. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, yeah, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, yeah, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. The joy down in my soul, I'm gonna let it shine. The joy down in my soul, yeah, I'm gonna let it shine. The joy down in my soul, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. For peace in the world, I'm gonna let it shine. For peace in the world, I'm gonna let it shine. For peace in the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's praise. There's a holy hush around us. I see love in every face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Good morning, Unity family. As always, it's so great to see you here and your wonderful, smiling, loving faces. And welcome to those online. I hope that you'll share these prayers with us this morning. So, after that wonderful, exciting welcome, let's just take a moment to just get in that calm spot. Take a few deep breaths. In and out. Now just drop into your heart center. Feel that love in your heart for someone in your life that you love dearly. Or maybe it's an animal in your life that you just love dearly. Feel that warmth and that love feeling. So good, isn't it? Now, feel that love and send it out into this neighborhood surrounding our beautiful church. Just send that love towards all the people here around us. Love and peace and goodwill. Now extend that love out into all of Chattanooga. So good. Extend that heart love out to all of Tennessee. Sending it out. Warmth and love. Oneness. Now send that love further out into every state in our whole United States. Just send that love out to all the wonderful beings out there. Everyone. In our whole country. We love you. We bless you. We see God in all of you. Now bring that love back to your own self. And realize that you are love. You're a loving being here on this planet. To love yourself, first of all, and then love everyone else. And we're so grateful for that feeling and that knowing of the love and what it can do for all of us. And we give you thanks, God. And so it is. Amen.
Come in and leave your mind open. It's time we let love in. Mother, Father, I am broken, barely breathing, but I'm hoping there's forgiveness for my sin. I had a dream last night, and in that dream I lost my sight. Life left me deaf, dumb and blind. Woke up to realize we're still asleep with open eyes. We're building this house This is the people's house, from sea to shining sea. The Rocky Mountains built these walls. These halls are our city streets. No wrecking ball's gonna knock it down. Nobody's gonna come to steal the keys. For this is the people's house, the house of you and me. Time for turning the page. It's time to say goodbye. Old ways have changed. No crime to look out for each other. Father, mother, sister, brother can't keep fighting one another. I wasn't born a man of privilege, oh no, but I'm privileged just the same. No rain will wash away the stain. No truth can hide us from the shame until we all believe in change. We are building this house of love. We are building this house. We're building this house. This is the people's house. From sea to shining sea, the Rocky Mountains built these walls. These halls are our city streets. No wrecking balls gonna knock it down. Nobody's gonna come to steal the keys. This is the people's house, the house of you and me. This is the people's house, from the sea to shining sea. The Rocky Mountains built these walls, and these halls are city streets. No wrecking ball's gonna knock it down. Nobody's gonna come to steal the keys. This is the people's house, the house of you and me. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home. Now, Amanda, can I be a little nostalgic in light of what's going on this week in this wonderful, wonderful, beautiful country of ours? I would say 11 years ago, I was sitting right here. I was number 7 in the audience to see this couple perform a concert for us. They were the War and Treaty. 11 years ago, they were homeless. They stayed here for a week because they had nowhere to go. That song I just sang was their song with Bon Jovi. They are rising. That's the American dream. That's what we're all about. It's so beautiful to see all of you, and that just melts my heart. All right. Love y'all. All right.
Thank you, Landis. That was absolutely beautiful. Wow, everybody looks so well rested and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Good morning and welcome to Unity of Chattanooga Sunday Celebration Service. My name is Amanda Adamson and I serve as the president of your Board of Trustees. And in this beautiful spiritual community, we come together each week to uplift one another in a warm, fostering environment of love and friendship. Oh, and to co-create a positive change in our own lives as we encourage each other to align with the divine essence that is within all of us. So I want to welcome, there it is, the camera. I never wear my glasses, it's right there, okay. Who are watching us on Facebook or live stream. Also, if you guys don't know, we're on YouTube. It's just kind of for fun and for free. You could go on there. You don't even have to watch it again. But just like the YouTube on there so that it'll bring up more views. So I'm not saying cheat or anything, but if you're mindful of doing that kind of thing. So please be sure to like us and share your comments with one another online. We hope one day that you will come and join us in person. So we especially want to welcome anyone who is joining us for the first time today. If you would please raise your hand if this is your first time at Unity of Chattanooga, Ethan Gentile. And our ushers will bring you a packet. And there's a little form on the back if you just write your name and information. And we promise only twice a month will we send you an email update newsletter Miss Penny puts together so that you know what's going on here. I guess we had a really terrific drum circle again last night. Thank you, Heath, for that. We're just having more and more fun activities. So we are honored that you have joined us today, and we hope that you'll stay for fellowship and food after the service so that we can get to know you a little better. But first, we want to extend a special blessing to you. So let's warm up our hands, monkey paws. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ in you. The Christ in you refers to that spark of divinity, the very same quality of being that Jesus and other spiritual leaders brought forth in themselves and demonstrated in their ministries. We honor all paths to God because we are here to celebrate the divine presence in one another. It is our desire that one day people from all backgrounds will celebrate both our diversity as well as our oneness. We join with Unity Worldwide Ministries in creating a world that works for everyone by emphasizing the practical, everyday application of spiritual principles that will guarantee a healthier, happier, and more meaningful life. Our teachings focus on transformation of consciousness and the awakening of the spiritual light in everyone. And speaking of spiritual lights, the volunteer spotlight, because the person we were going to shine it on, I usually do this the first Sunday of the month, isn't present. So we'll do that next week. We love our volunteers because we are what, we do it all. The people here, there's no hired help. Okay, now is the time in our service to greet and welcome those people we're doing the immediate vicinity because luckily almost every chair in here is filled and we like order rather than chaos. So for the next few moments, as Tony leads us, I believe, let's greet our neighbors with a hug, a handshake, a nod, or whatever you're comfortable with.
big, huge break all around the stage. And then the lights went down. All of a sudden, they removed the break, and nobody's there. All of a sudden, these levitating risers come down. Each member was hooked off. It was so cool. It was like going to an 80s rock show. It was like, I'll show you the pictures. It was fantastic. I recommend it. You'll ever see it. Unfortunately, they're not going to be back out until 2026. So they're all coming to movie. Oh, for sure. But wow, that's and
That was the best gong hit we've ever had. I said gong. No, I'm just.
the gong shows.
Oh my gosh. All right, as we find our way back to our seats and settle down. I just want to say my son and his girlfriend and my little grandson Jack are here from California for the week. And all of his life, any chance I've had to embarrass him, I always take it. So, right? Yes. Okay, so I am excited. We have Reverend Gregory Fisher back with us, who we just love. He's a gentleman and a scholar and good looking. I mean, you know, what else? But today, he's returning from a trip to the ancient Toltec city of Teotihuacan. Is it close enough?
Teotihuacan, but yes.
Well, they put can, like Teotihuacan. Con.
They just spell everything different.
Okay, so the ancient Toltec city of Teotihuacan. Yeah. Which is located northeast of present-day Mexico City. Oh, Teotihuacan translates to, and I like this a lot, the city of the gods. He joins us today because he says that there is much to tell from a Toltec perspective about the true story of you. So please give me a warm Unity of Chattanooga welcome to Reverend Gregory Fisher.
Look, that's just weird. Okay. Thank God. Okay. It's hard to live up to that picture. It was touched up a bit. Not really, not very much. Hey, just got back. Thank you. And I think I'm still feeling the vibration. And I mean that. The energetic vibration of Teotihuacan it's almost startling. You know, when you get there and you realize that people have been coming there to learn about their relationship to the divine for 3,000 years. I mean, the city was built, you know, and the translation you gave, it's the place where man becomes God. That was their belief, that they were coming there to remember, to awaken to this great truth that they were God. And so this was my 6th time going, and I had said it would be my last time. And then I already signed up for March. Yeah, we'll be going back in March and then again next year in October. But here's what about it. the teaching there, as I just said, who's read The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz? Look at all those hands. Did you read it in the 90s? Because that's kind of when it came out. But, I work with clients. I'm a therapist and a spiritual coach, and I work with clients, and I ask every one of them to read the book and a couple of other things. But that book, so Don Miguel Ruiz is a Toltec shaman. So 3,000 years of Toltec teaching lineage, and that's where he's coming from. And the Four Agreements, if you think of this is Toltec teaching, the Four Agreements is like right here. It's only a part, but it's a good part because it really does speak to us about how to live a life of integrity, and especially integrity in our relationships. But more than that, it's about how to live a life of integrity with our divine self. To again awaken to become attuned to this aspect of us that is the divine. So the topic that it's not up there now, but God dreaming, here's where that came from. Like I said, I've been there 6 times, and this last time I was there, the woman that I go there to, and she's the teacher, she taught with Don Miguel Ruiz for 15 years. She was his student for 30 years, and she's pretty amazing. And this last time we were there, she said about 10 times something I'd never heard her say before. And she said, the problem of humanity, the problem of each of us individually, is that we are God dreaming it's not God. Now take that in for a second. Because about the 10th time she said it, I'm like, yeah, that's the whole problem. God dreaming it's not God is how we live our lives. Because, you just mentioned the Christ Spirit. Landis sang a song, and then it was also mentioned, because we are the spark. This little light of mine, yeah, that's God. That's God in me. See, once I was a spark out there in this universe of energetic potentiality that quantum physics is now, proving this to be true. I was just, and then I became a spark that came down here and became me. So God dreaming it's not God. How did this even happen? Well, the world got its hands on us. See, that's what happens. And I'm at the place now where I want to stop blaming. I work with people that they come to my office, and the first thing they want to do is blame everybody and everything for how they got so messed up. Well, I do understand that the world got its hands on us. And the next thing I know, I forgot. I started dreaming this dream that I'm something other than God. In the Four Agreements, if you remember, people focus so much on each of the agreements, right? The first one is be impeccable with your word. The second one is take nothing personally. The third one is make no assumptions. The fourth is always do your best. But the introduction to those 4 is really a much more expanded idea of the Toltec teaching, which is this. The world is dreaming a dream. Right? Now it's interesting because I grew up the last 30 years in what the philosophy, science, and mind, Ernest Holmes. Not unlike many of the teachings of Charles and Myrtle Fillmore. But see, in the science of mind, we call it race mind. Race mind. It's the mindset that all of humanity has. The Toltec says it's humanity dreaming a dream. And again, All of humanity is dreaming a dream that it's not God. When I first got sober, I've been sober for 37 years. I don't even know how that happened. But you know, I would go to 12-step meetings, and one of the things that they loved to say there was, there is a God and you're not it. Now, it's possible I needed to hear that. You know, there's a sequence here to evolvement, to attunement, to awareness. There is a God and you're not it. What it was telling me was not that the spark of me is not God. It was saying that ego of yours that's getting you in trouble, yeah, that's not God. They were right. In that regard, they were right. Unfortunately, where that goes, if we're not careful, is then we believe we have to take that to all aspects, all dimensions of our life, and it means me being God is simply impossible and negative, and will have negative effect in my life. But I want to just keep reminding us, come home to the truth of you. Come home to the truth of you. That part that's dreaming it's not God is, in fact, your ego. It's your adaptive strategy, if I can use that term. It's your adaptive strategy. It's the things you've done, the ways you've believed. It's all of this stuff that we've added to the truth of who we are so that we can survive in this world that's dreaming a dream. And so then we create our own dream in the dream. Right? But God is dreaming a different dream. God is dreaming a different dream. And because I am it, but not all of it, which I got to just tell you, no thing I ever say or think or feel makes me happier than when I say, I am it, but not all of it. Right? I'm dreaming a dream, but there's a bigger dream. So God is dreaming a bigger dream, and it's also about me. I get to dream that dream too, my own version of it. But the first thing I've got to do is stop being it, believing it's not God. Are you with me here? Yes. Right. So what does that look like? An interesting story that I love, and I think it's a true story, but even if it's not, believe it is, of these people that had a little girl, and she was about 5 or 6, and they had a new baby boy. And they, the little girl kept coming to them saying, I want to spend time with him alone. And the parents were like, what is she going to do? It's possible she was a little ornery, not unlike me. And she just kept insisting, no, I need to spend time with him alone. And so finally they said, okay, they set up a mommy camp, right? So that she could go in the room. They were going to shut the door and let her be in there with him by herself, but they were going to watch. So they set up this camera and they say, okay, let's go in here and you spend time with your little brother by yourself. And they're watching from outside. And she pulls a chair up to the crib. And the baby's in the crib, probably sleeping, but maybe not. And she stands up on the chair and she leans into the crib and she said, remind me. Remind me. Because I think I'm forgetting. Now, out of the mouths of babes. See, somewhere in her, she knew that there was a story and a dream that she needed to remember about who she was. But the world was already getting its hands on her. And she knew it. And she felt it. So, the task then, beloved, is to come home. The task is to remember. The task is to awaken from the dream of the world and to come back home to the dream that God is dreaming. And because you're it, but not all of it, it's your dream too. Now it's interesting. The other thing that happens a lot when I'm working with clients, so much religious trauma. And I think partly it's because, we live in the South. I mean, honestly, I think it's partly because we live in the South, and I'm not going to denigrate it. I'm going to just say it is what it is. But the first time someone told you, be good or you're going to go to hell, that's trauma. That's trauma. To tell a child you are unsafe by just being who you are. It's trauma. And so then we spend the rest of our lives terrified of going to hell and even of just dying because of the uncertainty of that. So people come into my office and they think they're coming for therapy. I trick them. Because what they're really coming for, at least if they're going to stay with me, is to awaken. To awaken. But they then tell me their stories, of their religious trauma. They don't really even know that's what they're telling me. And then the other traumas of their childhood. I'm kind of sick of the word trauma, but I'm having to get over it. It's kind of overused these days. But the truth is, it is the world getting its hands on us. It is adverse experiences that have molded us and created this dream that is the dream of the world, right? And so to break through that and to come back home, to let go of everything that I am not, that's been added to me. So right now, I have a guy this has been very interesting, folks. He is still an evangelical Christian minister. I haven't had one of those in a while. Most people that come to me, they're like, yeah, I pretty much left all that behind because of how it. But so working with this guy has been interesting, but here's what's lovely. I can translate everything I'm saying into his language. Because I was a Southern Baptist minister till I was 30. I know his language as well as he does. So it's like, I'll fool you. I will use your language. But here's what was interesting. I saw him Friday, 2 days ago, yeah. And he comes in, and here's what he tells me. I am full of shame. I am full of shame. I said, in the religious tradition you believe, isn't there something to do about shame, to do with shame? He said, oh yeah, you ask forgiveness. I said, so, you ask forgiveness, do you feel like you're forgiven? And here's what he said. I may cry. He said, oh, I know God forgave me, but I'm pretty sure I'll never be able to. I'm pretty sure I'll never be able to. See, again, that's going against himself. That's him going against himself. That's God dreaming it's not God. Do we see that? That's God dreaming it's not God. So I'm trying to figure out, no, I'm not. I'm pretty sure, in the Toltec they call it silent knowledge. Our client comes in my office, the first thing I do is say, get me out of the way. Let something come through me that is me, but also greater than me, right? But we're going to have to work on that very aspect. That very aspect. We all need to be working on that aspect. I ask him to do, and I'm going to ask you all to do too. Get quiet and get centered and go in and ask yourself, where is my shame? See, shame is corrosive. It corrodes us from the inside out. And it's fueled by guilt. The fuel of shame is guilt. And the difference is guilt says, I made a mistake. Shame says, I am a mistake. I am a mistake. It's the opposite of the God that is within us. The spark that is in us. So, I'm going to ask you what I ask him to do. Sit down, get in this quiet place, and then with a pad and pencil or pen, write down everything you think of that you might still be holding on to as shame. Yeah, I wish I hadn't done that, wish I hadn't done that, wish I hadn't done that. And not just that it was a mistake, but and I feel it separates me from that which is me, but is also greater than me. This shame separates me. Do this work. You deserve to do this work. The true you, the authentic you, that part of you that is God, deserves for us to do this work. And it's imperative. And I just want to remind us all, you are God. You're a wonderful individual expression of God. As the wave is to the ocean, so you are to God. I love that. As the wave is to the ocean, you are with God. What is a wave?
Transfer of energy.
Yeah. It's a transfer of energy. It is the ocean. It's never not the ocean. It's just a unique, individual, energetic expression of the ocean. Yeah. As a wave is to the ocean, so you are to God. If you're going to dream a dream, dream the dream that God is dreaming. And so it is. Let's go into some meditation, shall we? Today I know this truth. Today I feel it in the very center of me, that place in me where physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually I can say I am in touch with my divine self. And I go to that place today and I say, remind me, expand me, show me, teach me. With complete exhilaration, I am on this path. I am taking this journey back home. Back home. It's never, ever left me. I am never disconnected from it. It would be simply impossible. And I go there and I abide in the peace, in the curiosity, in the courage, in the confidence, in the connection, in the creativity, and in the calm of that place. When I am there, I feel all of those things. And I can go there at a moment's notice. I take a deep breath. I become mindful. I attune. And I delve into the awareness of my God self, my highest self, my sacred self. And then from there, I let the things I do, the things I think, the things I feel be guided, permeated, infused by this one, the true one. The me that is it, but is not all of it. I have access to all that is. This is the divine plan. And so today, I spend time there. I let these words be so, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. That was awesome. Really appreciate that. So I grew up Baptist too, so I don't have a problem with denigration. So if anybody wants to talk about, dogma in the church, I'm your guy. You don't have anything nice to say, come sit by me. I'm just joking. Not really. Sorry, but not sorry, right? So you know what time it is. It's time. It's that time in our service where we give the opportunity to give back. So, I just want to say thank you to everybody that has been so great about giving of your time, your talents, and your resources here at Unity. The song that Landis sang this morning was fantastic. We are building a house. Look around. This is a amazing community that we are building, and it's just increasing and getting bigger and better all the time. So thank you all for what you do. So say it with me. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I receive in abundance. We thank you so much, Source, for this abundance, for the giver and the gifts. Thank you for your increase. We thank you for your love, and we thank you for our beautiful community. And so it is.
Knocked it out of the park again, my friend. Thank you so much. So again, I'm Amanda Adamson, and I have a few announcements for us. Actually, it's quite a few. So, or did I make a duplicate? I did. So not so many. I just want to remind you, please stay for our fellowship afterwards. And this isn't, okay. I'm just going to march through these. So next Thursday, Wellness Warriors Group will meet here at noon. This is a confidential support group for people dealing with health issues. And this is every Thursday right here at noon. But I believe on Thursday, the 28th, Thanksgiving, we're not going to be holding classes. It also goes for the metaphysical group. So on Saturday evening, which this is past, the drumming circle was here, and it was wonderful. But I want to remind you that we do promote this. And if you have an instrument, bring one. If you don't, we can usually supply something, a little frog or this little wooden frog. And you go, there's stuff. Oh yeah, Heath has some pretty drums. Okay, I want to make you aware that in our library bookstore behind me, there is a bin. We are accepting donations of items needed for the homeless. It can be non-perishable foods and drinks. And what I just spoke with Mona, what they're really looking for right now are blankets and hoodies. And they need larger size hoodies because they layer their clothes, so extra large, extra large, in larges. So just keep that in mind if you'd like to. Yes, Heath?
How about gently used items that we can wash and bring in? They don't have to be like used.
Oh, God, no, I didn't mean to imply. Definitely your used hoodies or blankets and yeah, because they don't. A lot of people don't have a way to wash them, so they're going to get worn and then disposed of. So, thank you for that. So you will notice this is our vision board created by the Board of Trustees, and what we would like you to do is, if you can find a magazine, you probably go online and print something out. Is more what we do, and something that represents what you would like to see here in the future of Unity of Chattanooga. There's no right or wrong. We created this space. It was already here, but it became ours through our vision and some generosity. But it is, don't be afraid to dream. And some of those things might include a future children's program and things like that too. So, this week, the prayer chaplain available for individual prayer is Lynn Chartier. And if you would like, there's some privacy in the office here. I set up there's 2 little chairs, and we have it's cute. If you'd like to be prayed with, please see her afterwards. And this is confidential. I want to remind you all of our special Sunday meditation service, which is in the library at 9:15 every Sunday morning. And next week we're going to have Mike Davis, our friend from Unity of the Mountains, and he's going to be speaking on one of the 12 powers for the month, which I believe is release, elimination. Yeah. Where's our scholars? Yes, release, letting go. So that will be great. And last but not least, where is Eric Miller? Are there still spaces for the boat ride this afternoon, Laura Miller?
Are you assuming?
Yeah.
Where is Eric Miller?
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, it says, please, if you want to,
We worked it out if somebody wants to go let us know.
yeah, it was in the announcements and I wasn't sure about it. What he has is a boat, and we had an auction, so he's going to do one of those, but he's also, as part of our fundraiser, they'll get with you on the amounts, but you can go for a lovely hour boat ride on 45 minutes. It's like a therapy session. It's really only 50. So, but it's beautiful and it's not too cold, and so please see Eric Miller, because evidently I have no idea. Our Laura Miller, I have no idea what I'm talking about. No. It is this afternoon, yes.
Well, there's one, your one's at 1 o'clock, and then we're doing a 2 o'clock one, and you could do it 3 o'clock. So if we had people that wanted to do it, we could work it out.
Okay, awesome. And so there's Eric Miller if you're interested in Laura Miller and a boat ride this afternoon. All righty, so we hope that you're going to stay for food and fellowship today after the service. If you're able and willing, please lend us a hand, and we're going to transform this room into a dining hall. If not, just kind of stay out of the way so those people can do it.
All right, let's stand and sing a peace song.
Peace
protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.